Hi, welcome to Digital Citizen, an overview of the 9 themes of digital citizenship. This is a presentation based on the work of Mike Ribble and his 9 themes of how to be a digital citizen, especially as it relates to teaching. When we talk about the first theme, access, we're talking about the full electronic participation in society. But there's really a problem with this idea because there's an access disparity. In 2003, a report from the U.S. Department of Education found that only 41% of blacks and Hispanics were using a computer at home, and that's compared to 77% of white students. So teachers must accommodate students without access rather than shying away from doing work with technology in their classroom, because technology is now becoming infused in all roots and aspects of society. Large amounts of people are using technology as an alternate route of communication. Commerce is the next theme that students must be educated in. Online purchasing is ubiquitous now. In fact, an e-commerce report uh, found that 29% of teens research products on the web before purchasing something in the store. Students must be educated on how to purchase online safely, and they must be aware of identity theft and the range of possible purchasing experiences. And this is just a part of normal everyday life about how goods are bought and sold in the world today. The third theme, communication. The cell phone has changed over the last 10 years and changed the way society operates greatly. From the cell phone to email to instant messaging to Facebook and Twitter and text messaging and LinkedIn and other online communities, this has all changed the way that we communicate. Gone are the days of handwritten notes and personal phone calls as being the exclusive means of communication across distance. And we return to the problem of access. Those without access to any of these technologies are potentially set back, and teachers must combat this by providing access and alternate routes. Additionally, with communication, these technologies have changed the way we communicate. Text-speak is emerging into our social norms. BRB, OMG, emoticons, and other non-conforming conventions are becoming commonplace. Teachers must model good communication and teach good communication skills through technology. Talking about literacy, new technologies are emerging into daily, everyday life. Video conferencing and wikis and this web media that is just a common way of expressing yourself in a digital way. We teachers must teach students how to learn and work in a digital society and to develop information literacy skills so that they can keep up with the education resources and the work resources of today and tomorrow. Talk about etiquette. Etiquette is now being developed organically. Not all the rules have been written, and it's an evolving process. A 2003 Singular Wireless survey found that 42% of all people responding to the survey said they would answer a phone call while having a face-to-face conversation. 10 years ago, that probably would have been thought as rude. Today, it's fairly commonplace. Again, teachers must model the use of technology for learning. When we talk about this next subject, law, we get into some very sticky issues because not all the laws for digital society have been written. The ethics of technology here are really is what is at stake. Many parts of the web relate to intellectual property and involve issues of copyright. Students must understand the difference between copyright and the Creative Commons, along with digital rights and freedom of speech issues, all of which are emerging on the web. Looking at the rights and responsibilities of a digital citizen, we must learn to avoid the invasion of privacy, protect your own content, and relate our issues of law and etiquette to the rights and responsibilities of being a digital citizen. These are the freedoms that extend to everyone in the digital world, but we must learn to operate in the digital world responsibly. Health and wellness is another essential issue when it comes to digital citizenship. We must learn to take breaks from the computer. We must not live our life completely online, and we must find balance in our lives so that we have a physiological and psychological well-being. As we work in a digital world, we must also learn to work in a human-based world. Lastly, security is really about self-protection for students and teachers. We must teach people how to lock our doors, in this case to lock people out of our digital world with strong passwords and virus protection and data backup and surge control of our equipment. Without these things, we could lose our digital identity, just like we lock our doors and we protect our homes and our personal belongings. We must safeguard our digital belongings as well. This will protect our tech life from the outside forces of destruction. Again, this presentation is based off of the work primarily of Ribble, but also Bailey and Ross. And all of the images you've seen here have been labeled for reuse and modification and are intended for fair use and commentary only.